Hi, it's Chris with Wannabe Honey Farms. I want to do a follow-up video, and I've been working on my hives all week, and I wanted to show you guys what I was doing. When I started this channel, I promised full transparency on all my successes, all my failures. I just want to put it out there, first-year beekeeper. The trials, pitfalls, successes, few and far between. But anyway, yeah, I've been working on this all week. And Shirley hasn't been here to work the camera for me, and I tried to set up the camera a couple times, but we're in the middle of a horrendous heat wave. And so my camera keeps getting, or my phone keeps getting too hot and turning off. And so I just haven't been filming it. So now everything is pretty much done except to find out if it worked. So I thought I'd walk you guys through what I did. Okay, God, I can't remember what day it was. I think it was Saturday, Friday or Saturday. I put the big red S on my chest, and I was going to go in there and I was going to solve all my problems in one fell swoop. As many of you pointed out, it was a miserable failure, and I had to go into salvage mode. Everything about it failed. I was going to fix a drone laying worker colony, actually two of those colonies. I was going to requeen a hive, and everything just fell apart because of my own stupidity. And I can trace it all back to a mistake I made a while back in trying to control how many hives I was. I started pinching queen cells, thinking that they were about to swarm, and I was trying to contain a swarm. Well, it turned out the bees knew better than I did, and they had a crappy queen, and they were trying to supersede her, and I just got in the way. And by me getting in the way, it allowed two hives to devolve down to drone laying workers. And so I was stuck with the mess I tried to fix. And part of it was ego, part of it was watching videos, I think, but not getting the complete information I thought I had. I thought I had done my due diligence, but I had not. So anyway, y'all seen what happened and what a mess it was from the very basics. I even inserted the queen in wrong. I damn near killed her by putting the cage toward the combs. How she didn't suffocate is beyond me. But I work at night, so I got to work that evening, and I called my wife because y'all seen her video where she went into the hives by herself and did her own inspection. I thought she was competent enough to handle the hives, go down and pull that queen out. And so that's what she did, and she did it successfully. The queen was still alive and doing well. All of her nurse bees were doing well, so I brought them in the house. I put a little honey on my fingertip, and I just put a little bit of that in the corner of the screen just so that they wouldn't starve or whatever. I needed to give them some nutrition because they needed to sit in that cage for a couple more days. And I did this bravely with the knowledge that people send queens through the mail and everything else. Some of them live, some of them die, so I thought I had at least a couple days to play with. Turns out I did. Okay. So now I'm going to recap, and I'm going to kind of show you what I did, walk you through it, even though you can't see what I actually did. Okay, over on the far end with 3 boxes on it, that is my original hive that was doing really good. So what I did, I took 3 brood frames out of it, and I put those in the box in the middle, and then I put it on the 2 brown boxes on the end with the queen excluder between them. I shook all the bees off so that only nurse bees would come up into that box to tend to the brood. And so with only having nurse bees in there, okay, I figured now, cool, I got a queen excluder down there. There won't be any workers, it'll just be nurse bees. So today what I did is I pulled that box off with the now it's full of nurse bees, and I inserted the queen into that box. I turned the cage the right direction, She was still alive and doing well. I pulled, then I put in the mother hive, I put a pollen patty in the new hive because I need to build that hive up. I put pollen patty and sugar water. Now for this tower over here that you see that I made a mess of, what I did is I decided to, instead of trying to save that hive, I just made it a resource hive. So I pulled out the drawn brood comb out of the green box and I put it into the new hive so that she has room to lay in there. And then those four, starting with the blue one up, blue, pink, purple, wood. Those were boxes that I used this year that did not have comb drawn out. And so with that being said, I just put those on top of the hive. I put a feeder on top and I just filled that feeder. Okay, so that tall hive is pretty much doomed. I just don't have the resources to feed into it to cure the drone laying workers. I listen to you guys and I read every single comment that you guys post. And there was a lot of talk about shaking the bees out and then, to shake the laying workers onto the ground. It was surmised that they wouldn't be able to fly back to the hive and resume. That seemed kind of chancy. The other one was to start feeding brood comb into it for like 4 or 5 weeks until they can make a queen. And to be honest with you, I read it, but I didn't study it. And I'm going to be out of town here shortly. And so I did not have the time, and I certainly don't have the brood resources right now to feed into it. And that's where I made the decision to just abandon the hive, and instead of trying to save the hive, make it a save my new queen mission, hence the new hive. That's what I did. And now everything is put together, everything is done, it's all over, but this weekend I'm going to go in and check and make sure that the queen got released. I got that information from, I don't know the guy's name, but his YouTube channel is Honey Bee Honey, and he did a split exactly the way I did it. And he explained that nurse bees haven't been outside the hive and they're more readily just to accept a queen very quickly and very safely. And he says he's got about a 98% success rate with it. But that was at Honey Bee Honey. I've been asked a lot where I got my information when I was trying to cure my drone laying workers. That information came off of a man that I still respect a lot. And I just don't think, I didn't do the same procedure he did. I did not have an in-place queen right hive when I tried to join him. I thought I could just throw a queen in the bottom. It would be instantly queen right. The brood would set off the pheromones that would make the worker stop laying. Okay, we all know I was wrong. But that information came to me, and you guys can watch it, look at it, and interpret it any way you want to. But it was from Paul Kelly. And he's a very, very well-respected big name up in Canada. And his YouTube channel is at the University of Guelph. I always feel like I'm throwing up or gagging when I say that word. I think it's Guelph, something like that, but it's spelled Guelph. If you try to pronounce it phonetically the way it's spelled, it'll sound like you're throwing up or you got a hairball in your throat. But anyway, go to that YouTube channel and you can see what I was referencing to try to make this work. But anyway, that's all I got. I promised you guys transparency, bare naked honesty, successes and failures. Well, this was a huge failure, but I'm hoping that I changed my direction and I'm making it right now. And this will have a happy ending. Anyway, we'll see what happens. If you like, subscribe, definitely hit the like button if you're enjoying this journey with me. And I didn't know this journey was going to get off the freeway, go down to a 2-lane road, and eventually get off at a goat path. But yeah, right now we're kind of on the goat path. And so I hope the road smooths out and we get back on the freeway. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.